friends, welcome. Here we are, we're back in a new Cycles from the Beginning. From the beginning, Bereshit. Praise the Lord, we're starting again the new Torah cycle. And we know that God makes all things new. So anyway, we're going to do words today in Challah. And the first word is, well, what did God say? In the beginning, God created all the heavens and the earth, and every time after he made something, for example, he made the light, and he said, and it was, he said, let there be light, and there was light, and the light was good. So that's our first word is going to be good, and the second word is going to be light. I hope everyone had a good Yom Tov, and I hope everybody's having a good day. And when we say even the word good, we're reminded that we give thanks to the Lord for he is good. So it's a good word, and it's a good word to start the year. And so let's go. So did you see that, friends? That came out pretty quick. Tov. I think the word itself just wants to be expressed. I think the word Tov just wants to be expressed in the world. So the word Tov, and it just came out very quickly, and I think it's really right. You've heard me say before, if you get them to go good, don't fiddle. Look at that. And we did create the word Tov, and it came out good. And friends, the very first appearance of the letter Tet, or Tet, in the Hebrew Torah, in the whole Bible, the very first appearance of the letter of this letter Tet is in the word Tov. Okay, so friends, the next word is light. And then it just worked out, friends, that I had this little piece from my other letters, and it's perfectly, it looks like a vav. It's just a little straight line piece, so I'm going to use that because the word or, light, has an aleph, a vav, and a resh. In the beginning, when God said, let there be light, yehi or vayhi or, and there was light. It's just a nice word to just bring into the new season. As you've seen, we've stepped out of the sukkah. I hope you enjoyed all the sukkot, a little bit of the time in the sukkot, in the Challah-cast videos before, and of course your time in the sukkah. So it's exciting to come out. We're talking about coming out and into the new season. So let there be light. I'll just bless you to say, let there be light. Lord, let there be light in each one's life who's looking at this. I just impart, just an impartation of light. I'm just going to pray. I'm going to use this year to just really do impartations here with the Hebrew letters. Just, Lord, I just pray an impartation of light into the life of who's ever watching this, and into the work of their hands, that it would be what they do would bring forth light from whatever they do. So isn't that wonderful? That's the way that we want to go into this year. Okay, we got the vav, our connective vav, and now we're going to make the aleph. I have a funny story too about this let there be light in Hebrew. Let's see, well, let me just do it quietly first. Friends, so we have the diagonal stroke first, and we want to make that about the same size as our vav that we have already. And then the other two strokes, we have like a yad here, and I think they say it's like two yads coming off the top, one from the top and one from the bottom. And be careful, friends, it's not like an X, it's not like just an X. You want to be careful when you make your aleph, whether you're doing it in Challah or whether you're doing it in calligraphy. Oh, look at this. Wow, we just had the perfect amount. And then the second one, I love when it works out like that. Nice, nice. Beautiful. They all come in on this one piece of strand of 100 gram strand. I love it when it works out like this. Now, if I could get a little curve in here, that would be beautiful. It looks beautiful, friends. I hope you can see this. Came out very nice, and I'm talking too much, but it came out very nice anyway. or with the talking, just this side is a little bit thin. Okay, it's good, friends. Okay, that's nice. Okay, so we got aleph, vav. Let's put them in order now. Order is very important with our Hebrew letters and with everything that we do in God. Order is very important, okay? And then we'll do the rosh, the resh. And let's see if that could just go right from here. We want this resh to have a nice curvature, and so I think we'll just cut it here. There we go, we got or. All right, so friends, if I have time, I'll just tell you a quick story, quick biblical Hebrew story, because we have the other letters in the oven, and we have a couple of minutes. I'm going to tell you a little story. Just a sec. Hi, friends. Hi, friends. Welcome. So as you can see, we've taken down the sukkah pretty much. And anyway, I just want to come back and just finish with a little story here about or, the word or. So we just see the word or, so we could have it with a little bit of light shining on it. You see, that's the, let's see, remember Aleph? See if I can get a little light on it. Vav and Resh. So remember, that's light, or. Okay, so now I want to just tell you a little story about this word as we start the beginning of the Torah cycle. I just wanted to really share this while we're doing or, and it's also about biblical Hebrew, so I think that some of you will appreciate this. Okay, so I was on the plane. It's an encounter when I was on the plane coming back from Israel. Last year I went to Israel on a tour, and it was very exciting, wonderful time, but that's a story from another time. But I was coming back on the plane, and it was a group that had met from New York, so I was coming back to Japan, so it was just me coming back on the plane. I think it was going first to Hong Kong. But anyway, on the plane from Tel Aviv, I'm in the window seat, and next to me was an Israeli couple speaking Hebrew. And we didn't have much communication. I'm reading it from my journal, so I can tell you exactly what happened. We didn't have much communication most of the flight, except when I was in the window seat, and when I had to get out and had to get up for me to pass. And they saw me also like getting a special meal, and they were questioning the stewardesses about it, because actually I got a kosher meal, and I think they didn't realize that they could get a kosher meal. But anyway, they saw me getting that, and then mostly I slept most of the 10-hour flight. And towards the end of the flight, the man asked me, and he gestured, because I wasn't really able to, I'm studying biblical Hebrew, but really, to be honest, I'm not really so good yet at conversational Hebrew. I have to learn that, and this incident really made me realize I had to learn it. So let me go on. So I should really stay to the accounting here. So the man asked me in gestures to open the window shade, the little window shade on the plane. I hadn't realized it was closed. I just thought it was dark out. He didn't speak English, so he used gestures to show me there was a kind of push button. It wasn't the regular thing that you slide open. There was more of a little push button that would let in the light. So I fiddled with it, and I couldn't really figure it out, but at last it came and it brightened up, and we could see light. So I just said naturally, I don't know, somehow I just said in Hebrew, I said in Hebrew, one of the Hebrew words I know, I said, Yehi or. When I opened it, I said to him, Yehi or, like kind of joking or just smiling, Yehi or. And he understood it, and he smiled, and his face softened and lightened, and he said, Vayhi or. And from there, our conversation opened. And if you got the reference there, this was the first words God said when in the beginning of the book of Bereshit, he said, Yehi or, which means let there be light. And then the rejoinder is Vayhi or. So that was the conversation we had. Let there be light, and there was light with this man. And then once he realized, once that communication happened, this biblical Hebrew communication happened, he just opened up. And he asked if I'm Jewish and if I speak Hebrew. And I said yes to the first and no to the second. Just that I told him that I really just speak prayer Hebrew and biblical Hebrew. And I think I said Shema Yisrael. And then he asked me something, and I couldn't really understand what he was asking me, but I understood he was saying Siddur. And I realized he asked me if I had a Siddur. That's the Jewish prayer book. And so I reached down quickly, and I do have it, and I reached down and took it from my bag and showed it to him, and he was so pleased that I had this Jewish prayer book, the Siddur, and he started flipping through the pages and reading some of the prayers. So then we started reading together some of the parts together from the prayers. So we're basically reading some of the Jewish prayers, some of the Hebrew prayers together. And then when he got to Adon Olam, the two of us sang out loud together. We were singing Adon Olam together. So Adon Olam Asher Malach B'Terim Kol Yitzir Nivrach. So we're singing Adon Olam together on the plane, and it was such joy. And I just have written in my journal, it was like a cinematic moment that we're on this big plane, and everyone's very serious or just waking up or whatever, and we're singing Adon Olam together. This couple that I had just met. And then he took out a little card he carries that says Boker Tov, and had all the morning prayers in Hebrew. And so then I followed along and listened to him read. And at one point I recognized the Aaronic blessing. This is before we studied in the Hebrew class. This was a year ago. So, and then earlier, I didn't even remember this part. Thank goodness I had it written down in my journal. So earlier he had told me that he is a Kohen. he is a Kohen. That's who gets to say the Aaronic blessing in the synagogue. So I received the blessing from him. So it looks like I better, I'll leave off with the Aaronic blessing to you guys. Yevarecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav alecha v'yichunecha, Yisa Adonai panav alecha v'yasam lecha, Shalom. So the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. So thank you guys. That was the first, our first one today in Genesis and Bereshit. God bless you. Boker Tov if it's morning, Laila Tov if it's evening, and have a very good day.